Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray. Thanks for watching. Feel free to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and turn on that notification bell. Also, feel free to comment down below. So if you're wondering why the audio is a little off in this video, for the sake of it, the other parts that I filmed, the other clips that I filmed, I did not use my mic, forgot to use my mic, so I figured just do the entire thing without my mic. So that way it all sounds the same relatively. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you what happens when you spill wax all over a bass guitar. That's not too bad. The wax isn't too bad. And then I'm going to make a follow-up video to this video because a buddy of mine also spilled wax all over his guitar, and the guitar is far worse. I will do a before and after of the guitar. I didn't really do a before and after of the bass. Kind of didn't think about the video until I was 3/4 of the way done prepping the bass and getting that ready for playability. But just know before we get into it, there is absolutely nothing wrong with the bass now. Plays perfectly fine, stays in tune fine, but it might need some new strings. I did try to melt the wax off the strings the best I could because bass strings are not cheap, unfortunately, like guitar strings are. But I will show you a few clips and you guys will be good to go. So this is a Squier P bass. It also has the jazz pickup, as you can see. Sorry for my shaky cameramanship. But as you can see, there's this crap kind of all over the fretboard. I don't know if you can see it or not. But a buddy of mine, strangely enough, spilled a crap ton of candle wax on it. So basically, I can show you what I'm doing is if you kind of look at this part right here, you have a rag. I'm not actually going to use that because that's going to be my polishing rag when I'm done. I'm just going to use this little ball of paper towels, and I have a heat gun right here, a nice little heat gun. Your best bet for this to get rid of it is use a heat gun or hair dryer and just do this. I don't know if you can tell off the camera, but the wax is melting just for a couple seconds, long enough, because you don't want to do it too long. And there we go. That's kind of nice, shiny, bright, and new again. You don't want to do it too long because it will mess stuff up. Now, the reason I have the Old English here and the Lemon Pledge, or just Pledge in general, is because I was using the heat gun on the fretboard and I dried the living shit out of the fretboard. I don't know if you can tell. It looks glossy at the moment, but that's because I still got to try to get a little bit more wax off of it. Worst comes to worst, you're going to keep wax on the guitar, but at least you can get it flat enough to the point where it's not going to interfere and affect playability. Electronics-wise, if it's in the electronics, well, I'll get to that because I actually have another guitar that has the wax and electronics, and I'm going to probably tear those apart and figure out what the hell I'm going to do to try to get the wax out of those. But most electronics in musical instruments are wax potted, a lot of them. So I might honestly just leave it alone and it might end up sounding better. It's an Epiphone Les Paul and I'm not sure if they wax them or not. I'll probably look into that to you for the next video. But I am going to continue doing this. I'll show you what I do in a moment to oil it up and what I'm using the Pledge for, and we will go from there. Okay, so now at this point, I pretty much got all the wax off of the guitar that I'm going to get to, or I've gotten it to a point where it's nice and flat. I don't know if you can tell the fretboard's really dry, so that's why I got the Old English oil. I'm going to put that on there and rub it in. The only downside is I don't know if you can see those two big marks. I can't tell if that's the heat gun delaminating the wood or the finish on the wood or not, so I might have made a little bit of a boo-boo, but as long as the thing plugs and plays, I don't think we're going to have a problem. So what we're going to do here is, if I can get this unscrewed, yep, fairly easy. You just take a little bit of Old English or fret polisher oil, fretboard oil, and just right along, a couple dots here and there. You don't need a shit ton. Depends how dried out your fretboard is. Just kind of go up and down. Make sure you're not hitting the electronics. There we go, just up and down. Get it all nice and oiled. And then that's why we got your rag here, or paper towel works too. And just take it and rub it all in there nice and good. This is called conditioning the fretboard. If you ever watch Trogley's show, he loves his Gibsons. He does this all the time. I think he uses actual fretting conditioner, but Old English oil is, I mean, I've never had a problem with it. I used it on every single type of wood you can imagine. Actually, the only downside to this and be using this, as you can see, the fret ends are a little messed up on this guy, so it's eating away at the paper towel just a little bit. But the only thing you don't really use this on is maple, because maple typically has a sealed fretboard. But if it doesn't have a sealed maple fretboard, you can use it on it as well. The pledge is going to be just spray on the guitar, preferably sprayed on this rag first is what I'm going to do, and then I just go around and polish up the guitar. There is actually wax in most polishing things, so I don't think it's really going to be an issue. I'll go ahead and put the camera facing me momentarily. But I am actually going to show you another one, a guitar, an Epiphone Les Paul Gothic, that is far worse condition with the waxing, and I'm probably going to take the pickups out of that and just show you how I'm going to attempt to clean the pickups in that as well. Also, a good idea to do this because my hands are kind of waxy. I should have done this to begin with. Freaking gloves. Some sort of gloves. These are just, you know, disposable, hardy gloves. Heavy duty. I'm going to do that for the rest of the guitar because my hands are just disgusting right now. So, thanks for watching my video, and as always, have a good one, guys.